flex me a bad body. So, it's another one, yeah. It's a full strong, yeah. Oh, it's another one, yeah.
Good evening. Welcome to iBoxingHub. If you're new to this channel, subscribe, like, share. I go by the name BIYENGE, featuring yours Truly Tre. What's good?
Yo, what's going on, cuz? And what's going on to the people, whoever's tuned in, wherever you are, we appreciate you and big up to you. Cuz, before we obviously get started to the show, this is obviously just our standard midweek roundup. But before we get into the show, let's hear from our sponsors, D-Rock Clothing. Yes, people. That's iBoxingHub in association with D-Rock. So people take advantage of the discount code, which is iBoxingHub24, and you get 40% off everything. So if you liked what my cousin was wearing during the shadow boxing, head over to the description and utilize that discount code. But cuz, obviously I haven't got my D-Rock hoodie. I'm obviously representing Kronk, man. So people, man, I gotta let you know that Paul and John, they're doing a tremendous job, you know, with the brand, and we've obviously just been blessed with a couple of merch, man. So big up to the Kronk family in Detroit. And cuz, before we obviously get started to the show as well, big up to also IBH North and also Stay Weighed In. They obviously did their shows yesterday. So it was the double header they did yesterday. So big up to them, and also big up to $2 Bill. He is now taking the Monday slot for the commissioner's recap show, man. So that's obviously going to be tremendous. But yeah, cuz, let's get down to business, man. What you saying? What's the people saying?
Well, do you know, I just want to briefly touch up on something. You know, it's been viral at the moment. This was the event that took place on Saturday, Triple D, just before he fought Usyk. So I heard he had a house party or gathering, whatever you call it, at his house. Here's the thing: the outcome would have still been the same. He would have still lost to Usyk anyway. Do you know what I mean? Do you think that with that gathering that he had do you think that, you know, could have messed up his preparation for his fight?
Yeah, cuz it's a bit of a tricky one. And what it is, before going live, I was kind of saying to you, this topic, I see a lot of people, they're going a bit over the top with it, say, oh, it's a disgrace and all of that stuff. But no one was saying that when after he beat AJ. You know, he had this similar kind of situation where he had this gathering, but the only difference between that gathering and this gathering is the first one, I believe, was family. This one was more entourages, man. So he had a whole heap of people, and that setup could have affected the fight. So I can't remember who said it in the pod, man. I think it was an ex-fighter, maybe Tony Belly or someone. They said that they need to be looking after, you know, whoever's going to these. If there's a party, for example, they need to be looking after him, man. He shouldn't be in a position where, and this is from the talks anyway, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but there was a period whilst this party was happening that he had to go out for a drive, man. He was a bit uncomfortable, you know, with these people and everyone there. So for me, just the whole dynamics and what's going on, I agree with you, because I think regardless, it would have changed the result. You know, what happened, and a party you know, it didn't really affect that situation in my essence, man. But I do really feel for him, man. And big up to Mr. Neutral, Red Corner Boxing, Jim Watt of New Boxing Media. He's obviously saying, evening, gents. Can't stay in the shop. Yep, no, bro. We appreciate you, brother. We got a feel for Daniel, not the ideal prep. But question is, what would have changed? This is my thing, cuz I don't
Yeah.
think it would have changed.
Do you know what? Like I said, obviously I was rooting for him, you know, the underdog. But just hearing that, you know, well, he didn't really have a good preparation on the fight day. I
Mm.
think if without the party, I think his performance would have probably been better than when he first fought Usyk, and I think it would have probably went a later round. That's just my opinion. But I just think with this, look, after round one, it's just like he was lost. But look, again, you know, it's happened. But I just want to know from the people, because obviously everyone's talking about. So I was thinking, what do you think? It was the party that kind of, you know, put him off the fight. The nerves, everything, you know, no prep. Because again, I noticed that he came late as well, and it's just weird just to think that, why are these boxers coming late to their own event? You need to be there. You need to be ready.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I'm sure, yeah, it's, you know what it is, cuz. And Don Charles, big up to him. You know, he was obviously on Talksport the other day. He did mention that there will be uh, sort of a meeting between him, you know, Stan, I'm guessing Frank and everyone together. They're obviously going to talk about the situation and everything, man. But I don't think Don Charles in that situation is so much of the issue. Maybe it's more of a Stan situation where he needs to kind of step back, allow the coach to do what he does best. And if the coach says no parties prior to fights because I need him at the arena early, let the coach have his orders, and he needs to be there early at the winner, man. Because you kind of look at the comparison between both fighters. You saw a championship mindset team with Usyk. I think there was like a picture that I think AJ put online where Usyk, hours before, he
Yeah,
had he was reading the Bible. He had obviously
yeah,
the donkey that he normally brings. These are his little kind of rituals before the fight. But
yeah.
and the boys coming in at a certain time, man. Like, come on, cuz, man. This is your undisputed fight, man. But I don't wanna sort of slate him in this situation, man,
Yeah,
because
like,
I'm sure a lot of people have been saying a lot of things, man. I think regardless anyway, he was able to become, you know, world champion once. You know, he's 27 years old. He made his dad, he made his brother, he made his family proud. And I'm sure like he will bounce back as well. And a lot of people are kind of talking about his, you know, his situation and stuff like that. The lad just does what he does in the ring, just needs some guidance, man. And he's young, man. He'll come back stronger, man. So big up to Triple D. We're not here to, you know, obviously put him down or anything like that. But that party situation was a bit of a crazy one as well, man. And I don't condone the motion Triple D quit. It was a legitimate KO. I
yeah, yeah,
100% agree.
yeah. It's KO.
What do you think, cuz, man?
No, it was,
KO?
bro, it was a KO, man. It was like literally. Do you know what the maddest thing is? The maddest thing is, right? When he got dropped first time, this yeah, the fight's over. I said the
Yeah,
fight's over. As soon as
yeah,
it got up, yeah, it was over. You know,
yeah.
was it a right hand he got, right? Yeah, a right hook.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
got hit with his banner punch.
because he he,
The
he,
van
he
punch.
his gum shield
Boom.
came flying out. Do you know what I mean? So that was, yeah, it connected. Yeah, but yeah, it was, look, it is what it is. Well, let's just move on. I wanted to briefly touch up on Martin Bacoli. Obviously he was at the event, and I saw an interview between him and Derek. And one
Mm.
thing I've noticed, one thing he said, because Derek was saying, Martin, man, you need to stop going Africa, chilling there. You know, he needs to be in the gym, be ready. And what he said was like, there's no fights for him in the UK. He hasn't fought in the UK in a very, very long time.
Yep.
You know, he hasn't had any fights. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking to myself, like, his promoter, because obviously he's contracted with Boxer in it, so I don't know how long that contract's for. But
Yeah.
like, I've got a feeling once that contract is done, he might move on to somebody else. I don't know, because it's just like a lot of people are complaining they're not getting the fights that they want. You know, these are professional boxers. They need to be active. At the moment, the person who's giving them this opportunity is Turkey Al Sheikh.
It's
So
true.
I think for me, it'll be interesting. Yeah, I would really like to see Bacoli and Derek Chisora. But obviously they're cool in it, so I doubt it happened. I don't think Derek's going to give anyone that position, the IBF position. But you
Yeah,
know, if the opportunity was there, you know, Bacoli, again, I would like to see him fight Baby Miller, but again, them two are cool. Maybe Bacoli and Andy Ruiz or what's the other boogeyman's name? The
true.
one in the Wilder
So
beaten
coming out,
twice. No, not Caprio.
or the one who being
That
twice.
Wilder beaten twice.
Oh,
Luis Ortiz, maybe not. He's probably
yeah,
he's probably 16.
yeah,
Yeah, maybe. But
yeah.
okay, yeah,
Wait,
that'll be an interesting one. That'll be an interesting one because you know he's got a point. Like him being traveling back and forth. Yeah, remember he's got family. You know, so I get it from his point of view. Like, look, if you're not making money from boxing, you know you need to work.
yep,
Yeah,
true.
so I just want him. Me personally, for Martin Bacoli, the best person right now for him to fight is the person who beat him. Not Parker, the other person. Michael, is it Michael saying?
Michael Hunter.
Yeah, Michael Hunter. Yeah, Michael Hunter.
Yeah,
I think they should run that. I think that will be, you know, because Bacoli, what I don't know, I kind of feel it for him because obviously we all know him. You know, he's a competitor in the heavyweight division, but he's not really known in Scotland where he can sell out that arena. Do you know what I mean? So he needs. I think he needs. They need to build him some more. If that makes sense.
yeah.
He needs to
No,
go in with the Lions. Like you know, it'll be interesting to see him and Andy Joshua, but I doubt that fight will happen. I highly doubt it'll happen.
yeah, no, definitely, cuz and yeah, Lucy's Fats. Big up to Lucy's Fats all the way from the States. Thank you so much for just getting involved. She's obviously saying Ortiz is still fighting as fighting as far as I know, but he's literally 65 years old. Yep, and she's obviously confirming it's Michael Hunter, and Michael Hunter is about to fight Pulev, so that's for the regular title, I believe, man. So,
Wow, that
yeah,
is mad.
yeah.
Michael Hunter. I don't know what his. I mean, has he been active? Because just for him to get a title shot for the regular title,
Tough. It
that
was
is
tough.
wow.
It's
I
tough.
mean, look, interesting times, interesting times. But you wanted to talk about Clarissa Shields.
Yes, yes, yes. Obviously, you've got Lucy in the chat as well, so she's gonna, get involved in it anyway, man. But as you know, she's fighting this weekend, heavyweight champion. You know, she's gonna be defending against Lani Daniels, I believe, and it should be a fairly relatively, not. I'm not calling it kind of a easy fight, but I think this is a nice little farewell fight for her before she decides what she's going to do next, man. Because from my understanding, I think that her contract with Salita Promotions is going to be up. So after this fight, essentially, so she can be a free agent, man. So she could be signed by MVP Promotions, which will be massive for boxing. Don't know how the circumstances will be because of the beefs that she's got with,
Jake Paul.
oh no, Jake
Do you know
Paul.
what?
I mean, how would that work, man? But
Boxing's
Matchroom,
a funny place because they may be beefing, but money talks. You know, I don't know. I can't really. The only way I don't know. I can't see that. I can't see it.
or
I can
Matchroom,
see her. I can see.
sneaking,
Um,
or she could just
Matchroom.
do this.
You know what?
Route
I can
that she
see her being signed to Matchroom once Katie Taylor's retired. I can see
Ooh,
that happening. I can see
okay.
Eddie Hearn like doing a few match deals with her,
Hmm.
but not whilst Katie Taylor's is with Matchroom. Nah. Eddie's
All right,
committed to Katie.
yeah, he is committed to Katie, man, 100%. So Lucy's obviously saying that she's considering going to the fight. I think you should go. Definitely, Lucy. If you're in the Detroit area, go go, 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 go. There will be no reason for her to sign with anyone else. MVP would have all of her biggest opponents. She's true, cuz man. I think Lucy's Fats is speaking a
But
lot
you
of
know,
facts.
I think due to ego, right? If she was to sign with MVP, I can see someone like Jake was saying, "Shut up, I'm your boss." Do you know what I mean? And that just ruins the whole dynamic. Whereas signing with Matchroom, it's like there's a bit of leverage there because Jake Paul and Eddie Hearn, they don't really get along, but they make the fights happen. You know, they'll make the fights happen because Eddie, you know, he's got women in his stable, so has Jake Paul. Frank Warren, I don't think there's that much women in his stable.
Chantal
Where,
Cameron. Chantal Cameron. No, Chantal Cameron got signed to MVP, innit?
there you go. That's what I'm saying. So you have
Ooh,
to, you know, rather joining the enemy,
Mm.
I don't know, go with the other enemy. Do you know what I mean? Just to make it more spicy, because it's like, let's just say, all right, if she signs with Matchroom, Matchroom, you know, MVP promotion, like joint promotion, it's serious numbers because the marketing will be big, and they'll most likely be on the zone. And
Yeah,
remember,
look, everyone,
Turkey had a shake said as of November, no more pay per
no
views.
more
So you
pay-per-views.
know, I've got a feeling she could be in talks with Matchroom now, but as we speak. But I look, I could be wrong, but I just can't see her because she wants to punch up Jake Paul. You know, there might even be a chance. They might even do something mad where they might make Clarissa Shields beat Jake Paul.
That's
Yeah,
I hope that doesn't happen, man, because I
yeah,
think she would absolutely just do a mad thing, man. But like, I don't like this cross gender fights anyway. It just
yeah.
doesn't make sense, man. But um, with Shields, actually, it's a bit of a she could do signing with Matchroom, like you said. You know, you've got the MVP route, or
Mm.
you've got this kind of blueprint that Mayweather's been able to create, which is she can create a GWOP promotions, maybe, do something with Pap, and they just do it through their own,
Yeah,
promotion about themselves, man. I
yeah.
think actually owns Win Sutton Promotions or something like that. So that is in a sense the company that's backing her right now, man. So let's just see, man. Obviously it's bare rumors and everything. We don't know as of yet, but from my understanding, this will be her last fight under Salita Promotions. Who knows? She might even sign an extended deal. Who knows, man? So this
Possibly,
could be just
possibly,
sort of
possibly.
speculation at the end of the day, man. So she ain't got no issues with Salita. I think maybe she just feels that he could do a lot more, but we don't know, man. We don't know the ins and
Mhm.
outs. So
Mhm.
it'd be interesting to
I mean,
see.
I don't really know much about her opponent, but is it a tough fight?
Yeah, so she's a two-division champion, so it should be a decent fight for her. Lucy's obviously saying her biggest opponents would be Shadesha Green, 100%, and Savannah Marshall, both with MVP as well. So I'm guessing if she was to move back down to super middleweight, these are the fights. And look,
Yeah.
Shadesha Green just beat Savannah as well, so another
Yeah.
reason to fight Shadesha Green as well, man. So yeah, it should be an interesting one, Matt. But cuz it's obviously doing the rounds, and I kind of just wanted to get your viewpoint, of course, man. Which I don't know if this is a promotional stunt to promote her fight that's coming up, but we
Mm.
saw the video on TMZ. Clarissa Shields, offering 50 million, exactly what Layla Ali wants, for
Mm.
a potential bout. Do we want to see a nearly 50-year-old Layla Ali back in the ring to fight, a young, Clarissa Shields, the GOAT, who's 30 years old, man? Me personally, I think the fight should have happened years ago, when Layla wasn't at the age that she is. Not saying that, there's any issues with her age, but she's been out the ring for up to 20 years, cuz, man. So I don't expect her to come and just do a madness, man, against a hungry Christian Shields who's motivated, man. But let me know your thoughts,
It's
people. Let me know your
do
thoughts,
you
man.
know what? It's just happy to secure the bag and do it. I mean, look, we had Mike Tyson was 57
Yeah.
fighting Jake Paul, and he got paid about 20 million. So we're in that era now where things are happening, and end of the day, look, it's all about the money. End of the day, you know, she named her price. She said 15 million, so they've given her 15 million. So she can't bluff and say, oh no, you know, now she's gonna have to go for it. But we already know that Shields will win, but obviously it's too late. But who knows? It comes down to that. Who knows? She could do something that no one's ever seen before. But it's easy
Yes.
money. Easy money.
Yeah, man, it's easy money, man. But look, I agree with Lucy, and big up to Lucy's facts, man. She's obviously saying, you gotta be sick as hell if you want to see old Layla versus Clarissa Shields now.
But
Tyson
remember,
run over Jake Paul, which is true. Even at her absolute best, Layla would have done nothing for Shields, which is fair, man.
the thing is that look, they were supposed to fight years ago, right?
Yeah, so what's happened is because you know what it is, it wasn't registered or nothing. What happened is it was like timelines, man. So Layla invited Clarissa Shields to sparring one time. Obviously, Clarissa Shields said no. So Layla, in her defense, is saying, look, if you really wanted to punch me up, you would have come over to the sparring, punched me up, and kind of show me at that point. So that's your first opportunity. And then second times, apparently there's been offers been sent, and you know there's not been really any good energy back, man. So that fight just never materialized, cuz man, and that was years ago. Now it's kind of just been building even more now. So me personally, I don't want to see it, cuz, but it's just been circulating online, and we're obviously talking about what's going on online. So yeah, it would just be interesting to see, will Layla actually cash in, man, because she wanted about 15 to 20 million. Clarissa's obviously producing the 15 million for her. Will she come out of retirement? That's the question, man. Will the trap of money, the temptation of money, will we get the legend out of retirement? Me personally, I don't want to see it, man. I don't want to see it.
If she gets all clear from the doctors, I think she'll do it. Honestly, do you know what? As much as look, some people will say I'll do it. Some people say they won't do it. Some people, you know, that yeah, bro, we're going through a time in life. I mean, not everyone's life, but in life in general, where you know it's financial. We're going through challenges. Do you know what I mean? And for someone to pay you 15 million, right? That's your fees, 15 million. Yes, you can say no due to health issues, if there is health issues, but due to pride, you're gonna say yes. Deep down, you may know, yeah, I'm gonna lose, but I'm gonna go out my shields. But at the same time, the way Clarissa sees it from a business point of view, it's just like this could be like one of her biggest purse as well. Do you know what I mean? You know, making big money where everyone will tune in. Like I'm talking about all the oldies and whatnot. You know, it's everyone really. But and obviously it'll be main event as well. You know, and do you know what I mean? So it's just like I'm seeing it more from a business point of view because it's a win-win for both, really. And that could be the retirement fight for Clarissa as well. You know, because she's achieved everything. She's fought everyone in each division, in the division that she's participated in. It's just like, well, what else has she got to prove? Nothing. You know.
No, 100% right, man. And like you know, she obviously said, just when did she say it? She said it in the most recent interview, man, that she obviously wants to have a child next year. So you know, it's coming up to that period where when she has that child, no, she hasn't got no kids. So when she has that child, then you know she's gonna be out for, we don't know how long she's gonna be out for. So Lucy's obviously asking just quickly, and who's putting up that 15 million? I believe Win Records will be putting up that 15 million. So they're the company that Pap's involved with. So they're obviously gonna put up that money. But what I think is gonna happen as well is, even though they've put up that money, I'm sure Layla, she's a smart businesswoman. She's going to obviously ask for the other numbers in terms of how is it going to work with, you know, ticket buyers and broadcaster and all of that stuff, because they're putting up 15 million. What's Clarissa going to be getting for the event if it happens? So,
well, yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. So the 50 million, that's the purse, right?
that's just to get her out of retirement, because she wanted 50 million. That's it. Yeah, that's to get her out. I don't know what would happen in terms of the events and everything else, but that's just like a flat fee. Like, look, here, you wanted 15 million. Here you go.
Okay.
Look,
All right. So I'm gonna ask you a question. Yeah. Now, Clarissa Shields v Leila Ali. You don't want that fight to happen, right?
Nah, I don't want to, man. Like, because I just see it as more like Layla. She's in a different generation. She done her thing, in her sense. She's like a GOAT of her era. Clarissa Shields has obviously done her thing. She's become the GOAT as well. And those two worlds, I don't like when they clash together. There should be more coming together, appreciate each other. But instead of kind of supporting each other, it's more this and this attack. So we need to be supporting each other, man. Do you know what I mean?
Clarissa Shields v Layla Ali in her prime. Who wins?
I think it's difficult because Layla Ali, in terms of the competition that she had back in the days, she didn't really have any competition back then. The sport wasn't as competitive as it is now. So who she was fighting against, they were pretty much low level, and Layla was just above all of them. Do you know what I mean? On a different scale. So based on that, I'm not even too sure. But then Clarissa Shields, you've seen how she's been able to dominate the sport right now, where women's boxing is at its most competitive, highest. Yes, there's not a lot of fighters in terms of pools of fighters in different divisions, but you still got to give credit to, Clarissa Shields for, how she's been able to dominate boxing the way she's dominated boxing, man. So it's five different weight classes, I believe, and multiple time undisputed as well, man. So you got to give her credit, man. Lucy's quickly just saying, Lali did fight. Oh, Lali. Ali did fight Chrissy Martin once. He was past her best. And 100% agree. Lucy's also saying, I wouldn't blame Lali for, Lali. I keep saying Lali, Layla, for taking it. It's a no-lose situation for her. Who cares if she loses? But I ain't watching it if it happens. I agree with you too. Shields is far more skilled than Layla was. Layla had power, but I don't think she wins a round of Shields, which is true. Layla does have power. That's something I'll give to her. And thank you so much, Lucy's Fats, for reminding us. She's got the power, definitely, Layla Ali. But in terms of skills, you got to give it to Clarissa Shields. But we don't know what will happen because they say power is the last thing you lose, man. We don't know what will happen if Layla was, if it was to happen, if Layla would, land that big shot, man. But me personally, I don't want to see it happen. I think there's other fights that she can make, which, makes better sense, man. But if it happens, man. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if I'll watch it, because I'm like Lucy's Fats, man. I don't think I'll watch it.
Do you know what? It'll be free to watch, so I'll watch it. So I'll watch it. I mean, I won't. It depends. Sometimes it comes down to marketing. If the promo's so good, so amazing, dude. It's just like, look, it's like Crawford and Canelo. You was like, I don't want to see that, man. That's nonsense. But look at the promo. It's like, yo, I want to see that. So I mean, the same way as Eubank Jr. and Conor Ben. At first, you're like, but the promo's like, do you know what? I've been sold.
Yeah, man, I got sold, from the egg slap to, Eubank coming through senior, it was a tough fight, man. And then obviously Junior getting that victory. Yeah, 100%, cuz, man, I agree with you. It all depends on the promos, who's going to be the broadcaster for it as well. Will it be classed as is that an exhibition? Was she coming back as a pro? You know what I mean? You need to know what's going on. Just a quick one, cuz anyway, just before, because we heard kind of a few, lingers in terms of rumors and stuff like that. So we know obviously Boxer is no longer going to be with Sky Sports. So I'm hearing Wasserman could be doing the deal with Sky Sports Boxing. So I think that's going to be, massive, because I do believe that Harlem is still part of, Wasserman Boxing. So this would be sort of the route for fighters in that promotional company to, have a broadcaster. Obviously, with Boxer, we don't know what's going on. I did see something to do with BBC. That was a few rumors there. How do you think that would work out, man, if we were to see sort of fights on BBC? If I'm not saying that's the case, but there were sort of rumors that Boxer,
good.
BBC, I think it works
many
ways.
years ago, I'm talking about back in the 90s, boxing used to be on Channel 3, well, what's known as ITV now, but it was Channel 3.
Yeah.
So Boxer going on BBC, yeah, I think I'll be all right. Something different. But
Free.
the budget will probably be different. But but I think, because obviously you got to think of it, he's got a decent stable. Well, when I say decent, the people that I know he's got he's got a few people. So
Josh
he
Kelly.
has to deliver.
Josh Kelly, who Lucy's Fats is mentioning as well, Wasserman.
Yeah.
Josh Kelly's got that fight coming up as well, potentially for a title. So, a few things could happen for the Sauerland brothers. Yeah, man. So big up to them, man. They obviously do what they do best, man. But it will be interesting, because it will definitely be interesting just to see what happens in terms of broadcasters. But I can't lie to you. I'll ask you a question, man. So in terms of Ben now, we obviously spoke about Martin Bacoli not being able to get certain fights. Do you think the reason why boxers kind of been a little bit quiet is because of the broadcaster situation that Ben and his team's trying to sort out in the back end? Once they've sorted out the broadcaster situation, then hopefully, we should see, a lot more things happen, because it's a priority at the end of the day. If you're a promotional company, you need a broadcaster, and their deal with Sky is obviously going to be up, or is up now. So they need to sort out another broadcaster, man, ASAP.
Boy, do you know what? We can only assume, but we don't know what's going on behind the scene. I mean, if anything, who knows? He could have probably landed himself a deal with the Zone. After next week or tomorrow, he might even, announce. Who knows? It's about for the fans. It's about the unknown, and I suppose it's frustrating for the boxers as well, because they don't know. They're thinking about, hold on, okay, I'm tired of, I've got like a 2-year contract, whatever, or 2-5 contract, but it's just like they have to fulfill their contract. They can't just leave. They leave, they get sued. But then it's just like, what do I do? Because my promoter's not telling me nothing. Do you know what I mean? So it's a lot. And hopefully we've got the Saudi card next month, August 16th. So hopefully, you never know. Maybe some people and boxers will be able to participate on that card event.
Yeah, no, definitely, cuz, man. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it should be a big event as well. We obviously, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some work in the back end to, because it'll be great to kind of hear what Dylan's saying about the fight coming up. I did see him on IFL, and he's in good spirits, man. And you know what it is, love him or hate him, cuz, man, I know a lot of people are completely ruling him out this fight, but he loves an underdog situation. He loves when people are against him. He loves to be in this situation, man. He said in life, I've always been a risk taker, man. That's one of the reasons why I'm still alive today, man. I've taken risks. And look, this is one risk that he's happy to take, man, because he said he did offer the AJ fight. AJ obviously had that injury. And I do believe, what was the other fight that was offered to him? So it was AJ, a tumor, but there was one other fight he was offered, man. So yeah, obviously had to take this one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Well, we just After waiting and seeing it, you know, I think you know me already, underdog. I'm an underdog person, but
Who are you going
hey,
for? This
Dylan White.
body snatcher, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna have to follow you on that one, man. The
Yeah,
body snatcher, yeah, man. You know what it is? 'Cause I just like his energy, cuz man. Honestly, I just like his energy. I, I, I just like the fact that doesn't care what people thinks. You know, he couldn't care less. He speaks his mind. He's not a robot. You can tell that what you see is what you get with Dylan White, man. And look, you know he's gonna bring the heat, man. So Moses has to be ready. I know everyone's thinking that Moses is just gonna walk him over, man, but it's gonna be he's motivated for this fight, man. So let's see what the boys got, man. This is star time.
yeah, yeah, man. Nah, definitely. Whoa, we ain't got long, so we've got like what, under 3 weeks.
Under 3 weeks, yes, not long left, cuz man, not long left, man. I'm excited, man. Should be a good card, man. August 16th, you know, it's looking absolutely interesting, cuz man. And then obviously not long left. We've got obviously the big one as well, September as well, man. That should be a treat, cuz man. I can't wait, man. You know, boxing for the past few weeks, cuz has been tremendous, man. Now it's kind of died down, not died down, but it's calmed down a little because
Yeah.
it's got no events
Events
really
and that.
to share with
Yeah.
substitutes over the weekend. But other than that, that's really it, man. Let me just quickly. Ooh, that fight is 2 days after your birthday. We're gonna remember that, Lucy's Facts. We're gonna remember that. So it should be a good one. The fact that it's on your birthday month as well, man, we'll definitely give you a big birthday shout out for that, Lucy. But yeah, cuz obviously this is the end of the show. Big
Yeah.
up to you, big up to the community. Thank you so much for tuning in to another show. I do believe tomorrow IBH North should be back. So the three musketeers from Yorkshire, you know, Eric, CJ, Ricky, they're back, man. So they should be back tomorrow. So if you don't like, you know, listening to a couple Congolese lads that live in the UK, then
London.
a couple Congolese lads from London, then you know you've got some tremendous lads from Yorkshire that you know, so they bring a different energy, man. So cuz I'm gonna obviously hand it over to yourself. Big up to you.
Yeah.
Big up to Lucy's Facts. Big up to everyone in the chat.
Yeah, man. Listen, guys, it's been a long day. But no,
Yeah.
thank you for tuning in. Always grateful, appreciate you guys. We've got obviously the Closest Shield fight this weekend. We will touch base again on Sunday. Look after yourself, stay safe, have a lovely, productive week. Peace and love.
It's another bang. All the Muslim cars now, whichever get up. I talk my card with a sweet one bliss. Someone flips me a bike by the